כנס. אחד איתי. עברית, פה כולם. הנה, פה. שם.
אנדרי.
3 שונים בידי. 3 שונים. הכל בסדר, אני מחלץ אתכם, תהיו רגועים. יש.
Your son or daughter was trapped in a tunnel beneath Gaza, surrounded by suicide bombers, wired to explode if anybody got too close. Would you want your country to stop everything and try and save them? Now multiply that decision by 134. That's the choice Israel faces right now. Some hostages have already been rescued. Noah Argamani, Almog Merjan, Ori Megiddish, against all odds. But intelligence over the last several months has confirmed that the rest buried deep underground are being held in kill zones rigged by Hamas, protected by human shields and explosive booby traps. So my question, what matters more? Risking rescuing the remaining hostages or finishing Hamas once and for all? So I want to kill a narrative right now. Israel is trying. Israel has never stopped trying to rescue its hostages. Operation Arnon proved it. Yamam Commando stormed the Nusrat refugee camp in broad daylight under heavy fire to rescue 4 hostages, got them all out. But one of their best, Chief Inspector Arnon Zamura, was killed in the process. That wasn't a negotiation. That was a knife-edge operation led by one of the most elite counter-terror units on earth. Then there was Ori Megiddish. Just weeks after October 7th, Israeli intel tracked her, planned the raid. Shayetet Shalosh went in, got her out, clean, precise, no deals, no compromises. And that's just the modern record. Let's go back decades. Sabina 1972, Seret Matkal, Chief Reconnaissance Unit, stormed a hijacked plane and rescued nearly every hostage. Entebbe 1976, Israeli Special Ops flew 2,500 miles into Uganda and brought home 102 hostages. Kav Shalosh mode, 1984, a bus was hijacked, terrorists neutralized, message sent. Nobody does hostage rescue like Israel. The Brits may have invented it, but Israel perfected it. And let me say this, if we could bring every hostage home today, they would be home. And maybe, just maybe, we still will, because this war isn't being fought in airports or buses anymore. It's being fought in hell. And the rules are gone. But I have faith in Israel. They pull off magic. So I want to talk about what's below Gaza. What we're dealing with right now isn't a hostage situation, full stop. It's a death trap. Shin Bet 8200 have confirmed it. The hostages are being held in fortified underground tunnels in locations that have been pre-wired with explosive. That's been known for many months. And they're surrounded by suicide bombers. There are fallback charges on the walls. Some of these locations could be beneath mosques, hospitals, UN buildings. It's the way Hamas rolls. It's not a hideout. It's a kill zone. And if you go in without perfect intel and split-second execution, you don't just lose the hostage, you lose the entire team. And the second that happens, Hamas films the aftermath, releases it to the world, accuses Israel of murder. That's the counterterrorism battlefield. It's not just physical, it's more psychological, emotional, and it's rigged to blow. You ever wonder why my show even exists? It's not just about breaking news. It's about breaking through lies. And this show is my war room. Every episode is a mission. Every truth bomb we drop pushes back on the darkness. We're under attack, spiritually, culturally, physically. The media lies, the universities indoctrinate, social media silences, but we're still here, fighting loud and unapologetic. Now, I'm not backed by a network, no corporate agenda. This show is powered by you, and we've made it this far together. Now, here's how you can help me take it even further. You can donate directly and become part of the core sponsorship team keeping this mission alive. Hit the link in the description. Support packages start at $25. They help keep the lights on in the studio. You can also pick up my deep concealment holster, the same one I designed and trained Keanu Reeves on for the John Wick franchise, because carrying smart is part of the mindset. Also, you can grab a 3-pack of the famous Aaron Cohen Show Merkava Coffee, the only coffee in America strong enough to fuel counterterrorism. This stuff is incredible. Or grab a signed copy of my best-selling memoir, The Story Behind the Story, The Real War, The Brotherhood, The Mission. Either way, every purchase fuels the next operation. Every dollar helps me punch back harder. So if you've ever said, finally, someone said it, now's your moment to join the fight. Click the link down below, sponsor the mission, grab yourself a coffee, a holster, an autographed copy of my memoir, or join my support team and let's lock shields and keep pushing forward, because never again means now. Support the Aaron Cohen Show. Appreciate you guys. I want to talk a little bit more about psych warfare, that playbook with Hamas. Hamas has evolved. They stopped fighting on the ground. Now they fight in your heart, in your conscience. They know that Israel values life, and that's why they kidnap. That's why they hide in the hospitals. That's why they release hostage videos with children crying on camera. It's not about leverage. It's about control. Control over the global narrative. Control over the Israeli heartstrings. Control over the Israeli public. They don't want to beat the IDF. They want to fracture Israeli society. Parents against politicians. Soldiers against activists. Grief against strategy is what this is. Hamas doesn't need to win battles. They just need Israel to hesitate. And so here's where I'm at with this. This one's complicated, and that's why I'm doing an episode on it. Every time Israel pauses the war to negotiate for hostages, Hamas uses that pause to reload. I've spoken about this at length on Fox and different news outlets. And they move the hostages deeper. They rewire the tunnels. They rearm. They reframe the conversation in the media. More dead, more dead, more dead. They gain time. And in war, that time is blood. Think back to Gilad Shalit, one Israeli soldier traded for over 1,000 convicted terrorists, and among them were men who helped plan the October 7th massacre. And that deal gave us a win, but it also gave Hamas a decade of strength, and it cost us 1,200 lives and 250 hostages on October 7th. So hostage deals with terrorists aren't diplomacy. They're kind of a surrender. And every one of them makes the next kidnapping more likely. Every pause to negotiate makes the war longer, bloodier, and harder to win. But make no mistake, every hostage brought back in a deal is also a win. So it's complicated. So here's the real dilemma. And this is the question. This is the hard question. And I think this is the only one that matters. Do you stop the war and try and bring home the 134 remaining hostages, knowing Hamas will regroup and kill more in the future? Or do you keep pushing forward, keep eliminating Hamas, and guarantee that no more hostages can be taken for a very long time? This is an impossible choice because both answers are right and both answers are wrong, and both come with cost. But this is the paradox of asymmetric warfare. Welcome to counterterrorism. You're not choosing between good and evil. You're choosing between heartbreak now or catastrophe later. And if you stop the war for the hostages, you open the door to the next massacre. If you keep going, you may lose your hostages. But you make sure the next generation sees a child dragged into a tunnel again. So I'm split. I've always been split on this. My counter-terror instinct is go rescue them. My other counter-terrorist instinct is go kill Hamas. So here's where I'm at with this. This doesn't have to be binary. This doesn't have to be one or the other. I think there's a third way here. But it requires discipline and no emotion and focus, like we say in the LOTAR, the counter-terror school. First, don't stop the war. Keep the pressure on. I've always said that. Let the IDF and the Air Force continue collapsing tunnel networks and hunting command centers. Every day Hamas loses ground, they lose control. That must never stop. Second, Israeli intelligence must go into overdrive. Shin Bet Mossad 8200 need to map out every possible inch of that place, every hostage movement, every target we're striking. Nothing moves without being tracked. More sources on the ground, more flipping of assets. 3, turn the mid-enemy level against itself. Plant disinformation. Leak fake intel. Make Hamas believe the hostages are already compromised. Create that fear. Create that confusion. Make them move the hostages and start to expose themselves. Get that psych warfare into this operation. 4, when the moment's right, strike surgically. Don't pause. Don't make announcements. Just go like you already have. Israel's amazing at it. Get in, get out. Don't explain. Just boom. And then 5, prepare the Israeli public. This is the hardest part. Be honest with them. Some hostages may not make it. But if Hamas is destroyed, there will be no more hostage taking for a long time. That's my 2 cents. This is how you fight terror that wraps itself in women and children and dares you to shoot. This is how you fight a war where the rules were never meant for you. And those are my 2 cents. So I want to close it with this. This war was never and is not about borders. It's about survival. It's about whether Israel will be allowed to live without fear or whether Israel's going to spend the next decade apologizing for the people trying to kill us. Don't let anyone tell you this is just a humanitarian issue. It's not. It's a trap. Every hostage matters. Every single one of them. But the only way to bring them home, besides the magic of the Yamam, is to make sure this never happens again and to completely destroy Hamas. It's not about containing them. It's not about negotiating with them. They're never going to give back the hostages, I'm telling you right now. It's not about managing them. It's destroy them. That's the only way forward. Period. I want to thank you guys for watching this one. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do we keep trying to rescue hostages? Or do we destroy Hamas? Or do we try and do both? Let me know what you think. I read them. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm Aaron Cohen. You're watching The Aaron Cohen Show, and never again means now.